Mario Kart World DLC is incoming soon because not only with their battle with Sonic Cross World, but also to make the game more interesting once again. Now this is very exciting. I think DLC for Mario Kart World definitely will be something special, and I think we can look forward to seeing something like this. Unless Nintendo just doesn't care about Mario Kart World, which I don't think is true, by the way. So the only way to look into this is open up our imagination and see what kind of things we could be seeing. Okay, let's get straight into it. Now for starters, there's a DLC that I've always wanted to see, and I wish Nintendo would fully open up their old Mario Kart games and say, you know what, we're gonna release some DLC or some updates kind of like this one. Now if you don't know what game I'm talking about, of course, Mario Kart Tour. Now Mario Kart Tour definitely was a very interesting game. Now it might not have been your favorite game, it might not even been a fun game for you, but you gotta admit that the updates that this game received was something truly special. And thanks to yourself, why aren't we seeing updates like this in Mario Kart World? Because we got so many different updates inside this game that it's crazy to say. This was a free game, and Nintendo, I feel like, should be more focused on giving yourself full content and extra content to keep the game alive instead of focusing on a free game once they did. But overall, let's just say that for Mario Kart World, they release a couple things every so often. Like maybe every week we're going to be seeing an extra character or an extra bundle or something like that. But you might say the only reason why Mario Kart Tour got these updates was because it was a free game, to add some monetization values and make people spend their hard-earned dollary dues for a skin or some mystery boxes or however this game actually worked. I never really played Mario Kart 2. I think I played it once and I was like, this game is weird. But what if we added this to Mario Kart World for, let's just say, Christmas? You're going to see different characters have Santa hats, and we're going to be seeing snow across Mario Kart World. So it adds some of that Christmassy vibes. Maybe for Halloween, we can see little leaves start to fall everywhere. You can see maybe an Animal Crossing sort of world that's going to be happening at some point. Because that would be really interesting. Or maybe we can see something like Gooigi make its way to Mario Kart World to feel up that spooky air or that spooky vibe. Maybe we can see a whole bunch of other things, spooky tracks or even spooky carts for something like that. Add a customization system for this DLC or this free DLC that hopefully Mario Kart World can receive in the future. Now I'm talking something very big. Are we going to be seeing something like the Booster Course DLC? Now this DLC was such a good DLC because it was like, wowzers. We get 96 tracks inside of one Mario Kart game, which is like, that is the highest amount of tracks that we've seen in any Mario Kart game, which is true because honestly, I think having more and more tracks inside of one Mario Kart game would make so much more sense. You got a full game inside of this game. So Mario Kart World is already $80 and Nintendo's probably going to charge us for extra courses. So we better hope that they add an extra 40 tracks to make this game, you know, $20. Okay, so we got 40 tracks. This game is so much worth it. So maybe we can see extra tracks. Hopefully we see something like the Booster Course DLC with returning tracks, old tracks, and something like that. Now the way that this could work in Mario Kart World is maybe it would be an open world having the tracks there, or could it be something like it just adds the tracks from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or any other game and makes you just click on the menu if you want to play those tracks, kind of just like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Now instead of the open world, maybe we can see something like that, because then they don't have to put any hard-earned effort into making something like that. All they have to do is add extra music and also maybe just make it so all the mechanics, rail grinding, a whole bunch of other things work inside of this game. So, you know, that would be an interesting thought for a DLC. Now, I do hope that we see an extra island for Mario Kart World, that maybe you have to jump inside the sea to drive over to the next island, which would be really cool, or you can just take a portal across the 7 seas to go there. So that would be really interesting. And since Mario Kart World is the world of Mario, why don't we see more World of Mario stuff? Like previously mentioned, Luigi's Mansion would be really interesting. What if we see something like Mario Galaxy, now that we're seeing a Mario Galaxy 1 plus 2 and a Mario Galaxy movie, by the way? What if we see a track about Mario Galaxy? Now, technically, these are not Mario Kart related things, but hey, who cares? That'd be cool. What about something like Mario Party? You're going to be seeing a board game, but like a track that's about a board game inside of this game, which would also be really interesting. We can definitely say that there's a lot of different ways that we can shape this game. Imagine seeing the mall, Coconut Mall, inside of Mario Kart World. Now this would also be really interesting, and I hope we see something like that. But that's not all. There's a lot of other ways that we can take this, because we gotta say that the music inside of Mario Kart World definitely is one of the best parts about this game. You're probably listening to some music right now, because honestly, the music in this game is so good, like actually really good. What if we see even more characters like Link, Zelda, or maybe even other characters from other franchises? Kirby in a Mario Kart game, I've always wanted to see it. Now, I don't think that this would necessarily happen because of Kirby Air Riders, and technically it's called Mario Kart World, not Nintendo Kart World, but overall, it's something to look out to, something to look forward to. Just maybe we could see something like this. I would love to see it. But one thing that I want to see is maybe an extra mode. Now, an extra mode, what am I exactly talking about here? We already have extra modes like Time Trial, Grand Prix, Online. Now, exactly, an extra mode inside Online would be really interesting. So instead of having to do the whole mash of half the people inside of, if you're inside of a lower lobby inside of Online, picking intermission tracks, well then there's a specific button in the menu that's like, okay, you want to do 3-lap tracks, well then you can do 3-lap tracks. Have a fun time, hasta la vista, see you later. So overall, I think that that would be very interesting, because there you go, you can have fun playing the 3-lap tracks that you so desperately want to play. You know, 3-lap tracks definitely are really cool. Or maybe we can have an extra button inside the menu, or an extra game mode, or something that would happen every so often. Like, what if every single about week, I would say, maybe we can see like little game modes, like prop hunt. So like, you drive into things and you become these props. Now, you would have a little area that you can explore, and you'd be able to play with 24 racers. That there's going to be 1 or 2 people that are going to be tagged, they're going to be it. And you're going to have to go out and just like run into people, or use mushrooms or shells or something, because the person that is it gets shells or red shells, or maybe not red shells, but green shells to tag the person that is a prop. I think prop hunt would definitely work really well inside of Mario Kart World, and I hope that we see something like prop hunt, because imagine the endless possibilities. There's so many props across Mario Kart World that you can easily just run into something like a duck and then become the duck and then sit near the duck. Or maybe you can just jump up on top of a table and become like a little apple, or something like this. Prop hunt is a really fun party game, and hey, Mario Kart World definitely would take something like prop hunt. It would make so much sense. But another game that I thought maybe would be cool is Capture the Flag. Now, Capture the Flag definitely is a really fun game also in other games, which you go around, race around, try to capture the flag and bring it to your area. Now, there's going to be different power-ups, like some people are going to be having red shells, and then other people are going to have fire flowers or mushrooms or something like this. But adding game modes inside of Mario Kart World definitely would be something that I want to see. Like, not only prop hunt, not only capture the flag, but maybe another special thing, like gold race or something like that, that there's going to be one specific item that's going to spawn or change every so often, and you have to go and win the race, something like that. But overall, I haven't quite thought that one through, but I think that this would be great. Now, one thing that we gotta put on top of the pile when it comes to Mario Kart World is this game has a lot of potential, but Nintendo definitely isn't using the potential to the fullest little bit of an extent that they could do. So, in all curiosity, maybe we can see even more things that they could put and to make it truly the best thing ever. What if we had different game modes, or different modes that you can put the game? You could run the game at 4K 60, 120 FPS. I don't quite know why you would want 120 FPS in a car racing game, but overall, that'd be cool. Add some ray tracing, because the Nintendo Switch 2 is more than capable enough of adding this. Unless it's already in the game, I didn't technically notice it, but hey, maybe that would be really, really interesting. So then you can experience the game how you would like to experience the game. What if there was a campaign mode where you start off as just Mario, or you start off as the character as your choice? You got these standard little cart that kind of sucks. Now, inside of this game mode, there would be different carts that you can drive around after winning races, kind of like Forza Horizon, which Forza Horizon 6 is going to be really cool. But you drive around and you collect coins, and when you win races, you get more coins, and you have chances of little mystery boxes or something that you can get extra cards or maybe extra tires to make your car faster and faster and faster, so you can win more and more races. And you know, this game would turn into a mini style of Forza Horizon. Nintendo wouldn't necessarily have to do so much to add so many of these features, because I think a lot of these features definitely would bring Mario Kart World closer to the public eye once again. Now, it has kind of faded from the public view ever since other games are out, and now we gotta bring it back. We gotta bring it back so that it's easy to find a lobby, it's easy to just hop in, have a great time, and it's easy to just keep on playing because you want to see what happens next, or you want to see what's the next update. Because honestly, I don't know why companies do this. They charge a full price for a game that should be a multiplayer game, never add updates ever again. Now, some companies are good with adding updates, but also microtransactions. Hopefully, it's not going to be updates and microtransactions, just updates that makes the game better. Now, I see. This might not make sense to some of you, because in order to add updates to continuous game things, they would have to work on this instead of working on other things, and they might say, you know what, why are we doing this for completely free? They already bought their $80 Mario Kart World, and you know, we already got them stuck into a trap. So like, why would we add extra content? Why would we try to make this game? People are already getting this game. Just imagine the possibilities on how they could do this by just not being so stubborn, I would say, and just be like, you know what, we're gonna do it for the fun. We're gonna do it for the heck of our community and everyone that likes Mario Kart or whatever it is. You see, it just brings so much life to the game. It brings so much joy into Mario Kart World. And overall, I think that this would be the best way that I could see DLC happening for Mario Kart World. If we don't see some sort of DLC that adds extra game modes and adds extra character customization and everything else, you know what? Maybe Mario Kart World is kaput. It's gonna go, you know, gone into the severed lands of the galaxy far, far away. Anyways, what do you think about all this? Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. Consider leaving a comment about your idea for DLC for Mario Kart World. May this be adding other Nintendo characters and we could call it Super Nintendo Kart World? Or is it going to be something much, much different? Anyways, I do a whole bunch of Nintendo content on this channel. The Legend of Zelda, Mario Kart, pretty much anything Nintendo, really. So if you like any of that stuff, consider hitting the subscribe button. And with that being said, hope you have a fantastic day. See you in the next one.